Oh, well hello there, and thank you for joining us on this fine evening. Tonight we'll be talking about what's in my bag for the Appalachian Trail. Thru hike, 2015. Well, that's enough of that. So like I said, I'm doing the Appalachian Trail and I'm actually starting February 16th or around that date depending on, when the cheapest flight down to Georgia is. But yeah, people call me crazy for starting that early, but I've been called crazy all my life, and hey, I'm fine with that. They called me crazy when I started the long trail October 18th, but my girlfriend and myself finished it November 10th. It was a wild ride. It snowed all the first day and up near Canada, and then it rained for the next 15 days. But we loved the hike, and I learned a lot from it. And I learned, how to lighten my pack for this AT hike, which has basically been a dream of mine for roughly 2 years. And now it's finally getting closer, and I'll be starting in about a month from now. But yeah, we'll get right into it. We'll start with the AT guidebook. This is by David A. Miller, and I've talked to people from LL Bean that have done the entire hike and other places as well, and they all tell me that this is the guidebook to have. If you don't start with it, you'll damn well finish with it, because everyone knows that this is the best. So I think it'll do the trick. And now we'll move right into all my clothes. So this first video is basically going to be all my clothes, and then we'll split it up and we'll go into like all my gear and all the fun little gadgets that I'm bringing. And the purpose of the videos are, or the first couple videos are, one, to help anyone that wants to go on a through hike of any hike, and maybe just a weekend hike. But it's also for me, after the hike, it'll be cool to look back and watch all these videos and just laugh about it. So yeah, we'll start with the boots. We'll get right into it. These are my North Face boots. They've got a really good insulating barrier on the inside of the boot, and they're also extremely waterproof. And I'm gonna, before the hike, I'm gonna put on some new waterproofing on the outside, so they're that much better. I'm going with the boots to start because, once again, I'm starting February 16th, and I feel like there's definitely going to be snow. I'm not oblivious to that, and there's going to be mud, and I just want to stay as dry as possible because the temperatures are going to be colder, and if you want to stay warm, you got to stay dry, if you know what I mean. I've got these gaiters, Outdoor Research Trail Runner gaiters. They do the trick. Wore them on the LT, and they keep the pebbles out, the sticks out, and the splashes of water out. Got these socks. I'll be bringing 2 pairs of trail socks. They're darn tough socks from Vermont, or Vermont, and yeah, I love these things. I'll never buy a different pair of socks because I bought these for the LT, and they look brand new. Like I never have even worn them, so they've got a really nice cushion to them, and I'll wear them until they're dead on the AT, and then I'll buy some more. Alright, as for what I'm wearing on the trail, I've got this buff, and I cut the buff in half. This is going to be perfect for me. It'll keep the sweat, the hair, and everything else out of my eyes. And I can also wear it as a balaclava, or however you guys pronounce it these days, I don't know. But got that, and then I got these trail shorts. They're Under Armour shorts, and I love them to death. Bought them specifically for the AT. They've got a cool mesh inner to them, and I love this because I learned on the LT once again that I don't like wearing underwear. Yeah, it may sound gross to a couple of you, but whatever. But yeah, they're perfect, and they'll do the job. They'll do what they need to do, if you know what I mean. I got this really lightweight Outdoor Research shirt. It wicks away the moisture, and it'll also dry extremely quick if it ever gets wet. And yeah, I love that thing. If it's ever cold on the trail, I can wear these while I'm hiking. I've got these long johns. They're 100% polyester, and they're lightweight, and they're perfect. I have this long john top. It's a quarter zip, and I love that about it because if it's ever a warmer day, I can just unzip this or just zip it right up if it's a colder day. I was fine with these on the LT. One night it got down to 15 degrees, and those did the trick for the day hike. But then as I rolled into camp and I wasn't moving as much, you tend to be colder. So I had these warmer layers, and I'm thinking that the temperatures are going to be relatively the same as when I start down in Georgia and move into Tennessee and Virginia, that I'll need the same stuff. So that's what I'm doing, because I'm dealing with the same temperatures, I think. So what I'm about to show you is the warmer gear. I've got this beanie for when I'm at camp. You lose most of your heat through your head, and my girlfriend made this for me, so it packs kind of a sentimental value to it. So that's nice. I've got these liner gloves, which I think is all I'll need. And then I have, for sleeping in, and I'll only ever sleep in these socks, are fleece acorn socks. They formed my foot real nice, and yeah, I love them to death. Only at camp though. I'll put my trail socks on even if they're soaked in the morning, because you always need to have a dry sock to change into at night to stay warm and stay away from hypothermia. So as for my warmest layer at camp, I've got these long johns. They've got a fleece liner on the inside, and they're a little thicker, so that's nice. And then I've got this outdoor research pullover. It zips all the way down, but another really cool thing about this, and I highly recommend this to any hiker, is it zips all the way up to your nose. So it acts as a balaclava built into this little pullover jacket. And lastly, I have this. And I'm bringing this North Face down jacket because my sleeping bag is a 29 degree, and I'll get into that in the next video. But this is perfect. I didn't start with this on the long trail, but I had it dropped off by my parents because it was really cold, and the thing keeps you warm. I bought it for like 30 bucks a couple years ago from Amazon, and I bought it from China, and it's like a triple XL, but it fits me. I'm not that big of a guy, and it does the trick. And lastly, for my clothes, I'm going to be bringing my rain gear, and I'll include this into my clothes. This is just a pack cover. Highly recommend a pack cover. I know those of us, used to go with the trash bag liners, but those rip, and I also know that if you don't have a pack cover, you're going to have a water weight when it rains. The water's going to seep into your bag, and now you're going to be carrying more weight. So pack cover is a necessity for me. I love it, and it's durable. I've got rain pants and a rain jacket. Some people told me not to go with the rain pants because you don't need them, but once again, I'm starting early, and it is extremely important to stay dry so you stay warm. So I'm bringing these, and I'm also bringing this rain jacket, of course. I'll have this in the entire trip most likely. And one thing that I absolutely love about this North Face rain jacket is it's got pit zips. Pit zips are perfect because if it's a warm day and it's raining on you but you want to stay dry, you unzip those and you get some more ventilation in there. So that's my first video. My next video is going to be all my gear, and we'll get into that in 1 second. So, tune in and we'll be right back.